Speaking to that point exactly, welcome to the new episode of Crazy Young Woke People, because apparently Bin Laden is trending now. Yes, many strange things have happened and are still happening since October 7th, but now the Al-Qaeda arch terrorist is becoming a woke symbol. In the last 24 hours, TikTok have been flooded with videos related to his manifesto, Letter to America, explaining, quote unquote, why he himself, of course, orchestrated 9/11. Among other things, it says the growth of Israel is the most serious crime, and you, the U.S. that is, are the leaders of these criminals, and to this crime you must pay the price, and pay a lot. End quote. TikTokers are saying my eyes are now open. It's not terrorism, it's political resistance.
I need everyone to stop what they're doing right now and go read. It's literally 2 pages. Go read A Letter to America. And please come back here and just let me know what you think, because I feel like I'm going through like an existential crisis right now, and a lot of people are. So I just need someone else to be feeling this too.
When I read this morning, only one thing crossed my mind. What would DCK say? As in David Kaufman, fellow at the Tel Aviv Institute. Mr. Kaufman, thank you very much for joining us. Well, sir, with the lack of a better phrasing, what?
Yeah, what is going on here? I mean, this would actually be funny if it wasn't so dangerous and really quite sad. I mean, it's sort of a testament to everything that's going wrong and has gone wrong in the United States over the last 20 or 30 years. We have a woman, a young 20-something-year-old woman out in Los Angeles, a lifestyle TikTok influencer who suddenly decided that she has the smoking gun of why everything is happening right now, why Israel is the bad guy, why Hamas is righteous, why we need to free Palestine from the river to the sea, why we're in the midst of a genocide. She understands it all because she found a 21-year-old treatise, 21-year-old manifesto from none other than Osama Bin Laden. But what she fails to forget is that Osama Bin Laden was the architect for the most horrendous example of terroristic mass murder in the history of the Western world. And what she also forgets is that when she's touting the virtues of Islamic jihad, which is really what she's doing, she's basically saying, I believe and I promote Islamic jihad. She's forgetting that Islamic jihad would also apply to her. You know, Islamic jihad is not about going to a candy store and saying, I'm going to take a few pieces of the anti-Zionism, but I'm going to leave the homophobia or the anti-feminism behind. When you promote Islamic jihad, you're promoting the whole bag, the whole basket. So it's a perfect example of everything that's wrong right now. Very scary, very dangerous. And my only hope is that the news cycle will wash this through very fast.
Well, those green shakes and matcha lattes are really doing something to people's brains. Well, obviously, they're unable to hold a moral-based conversation. So maybe the game plan, Mr. Kaufman, should be changed. As in, not to speak about who's right and who is wrong, even though but rather say this: there's this and there's that, this type of a world and that type of a world. And what half of it would you want to live in, the Biden or the Bin Laden?
Yeah, I mean, I think the reaction to this really has to be one of consistent, aggressive messaging. If you, Lynette Atkins, 24-year-old lifestyle TikTok blogger, are support Bin Laden, you support a world where you have no rights as a woman. You support a world where you are encouraging your LGBTQ queer friends to be murdered. You support a world where there is no sense of liberal justice or prosecution. Everything is based under Sharia law, under the Quran. This is the world you support. This is what you are saying. What's also most sort of concerning to me in her language is it's really all about her. If you listen to what this young woman is saying, it's really the most narcissistic, indulgent exercise in geopoliticking I've ever seen in my life. Number one, why are we listening to this woman? You know, does she have a degree from Oxford or for the School of Oriental and African Studies in London? You know, is she an expert talking about Palestinian and Middle Eastern history? Who is this person? How have we gotten to a place in our culture? This is what we need to really be asking ourselves. How have we gotten to a place in our culture where we are turning to bogus, ignorant, uneducated buffoons to teach our youth about the most important geopolitical issues of the day. Why are we listening to her? Why does she matter? Why do we care? And what can we do about that?
And more than that, David, it is happening to her. Something is happening to her. She's experiencing something. It's exactly that. Well, David Christopher Kaufman, fellow at Tel Aviv Institute. Hoping for better times. What can I say? But we'll speak beforehand, I assume.
We should also be very concerned about the role of China here. I mean, TikTok is owned by China. This plays completely into their hands. We are being humiliated as a nation by these processes, and they are winning.
Right. I'm not sure what Bin Laden himself would have thought about his current supporters. Anyways, David Christopher Kaufman, fellow at the Tel Aviv Institute. Thank you very much for this, sir. We'll touch base with you later on. Thank you.